Hi guys, I'm Shmi, and at the moment I find myself in a rather unusual location in Germany where I'm currently driving with the LT Spider. I kind of stopped by when I was driving past here because I thought it looked rather awesome to take a photo, so I've just been shooting it a little bit right here. But I wanted to shoot a sort of update video about the LT Spider, and that kind of naturally let me roll onto making the next video in this series that I've been doing this year with the various Shmi-mobiles. It started with the Ferrari FF, then I did the Porsche Cayman GT4, then I did the Ford Focus RS, but I never did any of the McLarens. I didn't do the 675LT Coupe, and now that I've done nearly 5,000 miles in the LT Spider, it seemed about appropriate to let you know what I really like about this car. So here are 5 things I love about the McLaren 675LT Spider. For the first item on my list, I want to talk about colours and specification, and in particular, how much I love the MSO Orion Purple. And if you're this way inclined, I recommend you start playing the MSO drinking game right now, because you're probably going to hear it quite a few times in this video, so I'm sorry about that. But when I started speccing my LT Spider, I wanted it to be smart and elegant. I wanted to head towards a purple colour. I had a purple R8 Spider way back before, and I really sort of wanted to do a special car in a special colour. So I started looking at MSO's library of existing purples. We had the confusingly named Movine Blue, which is quite a pinky purple. We had Lantana Purple, which is more like well, it's similar in shade to this, but it photographs quite blue. But then we went down the avenue of creating our own colour, or creating my own colour. It's already a special car. There are only 500 LT Spiders in the world, plus the 25 Carbon series, but it's the only one in Orion Purple, a colour that I got to name and create from the ground up. So it's the shade of purple, effectively, that we chose, and you probably know, if you followed my videos, the metallic flake in the paintwork, if you can just about see it on the camera, is glossy light blue, just like the cerulean blue of my LT Coupe that I had before. Now, it's quite hard to get that to show up on camera normally. Not quite sure if you can see it, but the sparkles are rather bright in person. So the car overall, combining that with the satin around the carbon front splitter, the end plates, the side skirts, the scoops, the door mirrors, and the whole diffuser, to me really sort of made a nice finish. And then the silver wheels with the silver calipers, I know is a touchy topic, but I'm definitely keeping it this way because I think it breaks the trend of all these modern supercars that are all heading towards having black wheels. And I think it's a little bit sad, really, because you lose quite a lot of the design and styling of the wheels itself. So with a car that's so unique and personalised and bespoke and completely made how I want it at MSO, number 1 on the list is very definitely the colour, Orion Purple. Number 2 on my list is the lack of a roof. Well, a roof at least that folds away, because a Spider, a Roadster, a convertible, a cabriolet, whatever you want to call it, driving a supercar with the open top, with the wind in your hair, and if you're on a pretty awesome road, the noise of the exhaust off the rock walls around you, like any mountain pass, is just something else. It is truly awesome, and that, in my mind, is how these should be enjoyed. Now, this is a particularly clever roof, just like the 12C and the 650S Spiders. It has some quite nifty features. So let me jump in quickly and give you a small little demo of this. So I'll just start the power and then the ignition. We've got the button to close it up here, so we can close the roof. We'll just put the window up to make some space. The rear tonneau cover opens. The 2-part roof panels come over us. Solid thud into place. Then it all closes up. Now, where this gets better yet is that rear window. Even if it's raining, you can still lower it. So you can put that down. Rainwater isn't coming in, but plenty of exhaust noise will do. And that makes for such an awesome configuration. And then, for even more practicality, if I just jump out, turn the ignition back off, you have the ability to open up the tonneau cover to store your luggage. I always think this is really cool. It's an extra 50 or 60 litres or so. You've got these built-in bags here. So if you do want to go on a long journey, and I have used this, you've got the storage in the front, you can have the roof tucked away, or sorry, the roof up in place, and you can have other luggage tucked away in this compartment too, which goes sort of underneath. So you can fit some laptop bags and jackets and stuff in there, or use those to get the most sort of maximum amount in possible. Close that back up, and then, well, just pop the roof back down. The third item is effectively because Racecar. When you drive this thing, you feel like you're driving a proper race car. It's a road legal weapon. It is so quick and so involving that the excitement that comes from pushing it hard is unlike anything else. But not only that, it's the Formula One derived technologies, the things McLaren learnt in motorsports from a very sort of basic level. It's the steering wheel you hold. This is still modelled like the 12C and 650S on the wheel that Lewis Hamilton had when he raced for McLaren in Formula One. You've got things like the rocker switches. You can go down a gear or press it to go up a gear from either side. You can go up or down on the right as well, which makes you really, really connected. Wherever you are on the wheel, you can shift easily. And the double clutch gearbox is so smooth, it never sort of interrupts anything. Inside, you've got lightweight everything. Alcantara, carbon fibre, bucket seats, obviously weight saving, but the sense of sort of grip and level of support you have when you're sat in these seats is just beyond everything else. You've got technologies like brake steer. If I jump back out nice and awkwardly, you've got a technology that means when you brake on a corner, it will brake the inside rear wheel to give you that extra grip coming round. So it will slow down the rotation of the rear wheel to give you plant down onto the... That doesn't make any sense at all, but to keep you planted down onto the ground. You've got the aerodynamics, things like the rear wing, the air brake that shoots up into the air to sort of bring you to a standstill as quickly as possible. You've got materials like titanium for the exhaust system, the shapes of the diffuser all designed through the wind tunnel and aerodynamics testing that McLaren have, again cooling through the side vents. The whole thing is just a monster of a race car and an exceptional machine. And like I said, when you're driving it, someone like me can take it to a track. I took my LT Coupe to Spa. I took this to the Circuito de Navarra in Spain. I can jump in and drive and feel almost like a pro from the word go and really start to push it, especially if you've got the Pirelli Trofeo R tyres on the car. So quite frankly, you can tell how excited I am about it. Driving this thing makes you feel like a proper racing driver. The fourth thing I love is on a similar sort of topic. It's the carbon tub. Now this is another technology from sort of motorsport and racing, but it's that tub that you sit inside. This is the same tub as the 12C and the 650S. Under this sort of carpeted piece, you're literally right down on the floor. In here, if I lift up the floor mats, you can see the raw carbon fibre underneath the seat there, continuing all the way through and up the backboard. So that's not just carbon for visual display like you might have on the centre console there. That is the carbon fibre tub. And the benefit of that is rigidity. This car, in Spider form, only loses a couple of percent, a handful of percent over the Coupe by not having a roof. In traditional terms, you'd expect to lose 50%, 60%, potentially even more, and have to massively change the construction of the car to get that structural support back. But in here, drop the roof, away you go. You're driving roof down and it still feels the same. Someone like me, someone probably like you, we couldn't tell the difference between the Coupe and the Spider. Maybe your lap time will be a tiny fraction behind, but reality, you don't know. And you're driving basically that same epic machine, but with the roof down. It's a totally winning combination, and that's what McLaren have done so well with these carbon fibre tubbed cars. It's hard to explain, but when you go back and drive a normal Spider without a carbon tub, you can immediately feel the flex and the chassis twisting. You jump back in here, and it feels completely planted. I mean, that tub is so stiff from the word go. The way the engine is mounted to the tub, you just feel like it's a solid plank when you're driving, and it's exactly the same in the Spider. So my fourth is very much that. It's the carbon tub and what that means driving in a car like this and how much more control it gives you. My fifth and final thing I love about the LT Spider, it's a bit of an obvious one, but boy does this thing look like a proper supercar. It's dramatic, it's aggressive, it's amazing in its styling. You have features like the headlights shaped like the McLaren logo, the way the whole front is aggressive and sticks out at this point above the lower diffuser, all the different sort of bits you can see that are clearly designed for a sort of performance-based aspect, like the carbon fibre side blade that's so wide to bring so much air in, all these sort of vents over on the rear deck lid above the exhaust system. Everything is created to not only look amazing, but for a purpose. It's a proper machine, but it happens to look utterly brilliant at the same time. These vents back here, I love this. I love how that's, well, I guess it's not necessarily a vent, but for bringing the cool air out of the car. And actually, it's quite cool to have a look in and see what's going on in there behind the carbon diffuser. The exhaust pipes are just brilliant. You can see the way they change colour. They started bronze and they've gone bluey purple as I've been driving it hard. But everything about it just screams proper, absolute monster of a machine. Yet it has convenience features. like the good old soft closed doors that I've shown also way too many times. And especially in this colour, the MSO Orion Purple, if you're still playing the game, I am just so happy with how amazing this machine looks in every possible way. I couldn't imagine what could you want more, and what is the future of McLaren. The cars are so good in terms of their performance and their capabilities. Who even knows what's coming next? But number 5, to wrap this up, is just how much of an awesome supercar this thing looks. So there we have it, my 5 things I love about the McLaren 675LT Spider. It's a car that I've done nearly 5,000 miles in already, like I said earlier. It's been as far southwest as Spain, it's been as far southeast as Montenegro and Bosnia, and it's been to just about everything in between. And that is not the end. This car is not even 3 months old yet, so I'm loving it and driving it an awful lot. It's working like a charm, and I've done some pretty sort of hard endurance stuff with it already as well, trying the spinning wheel, pull away, burnout mode, launch controls, track days, motorway driving, city driving. It's done everything, and it is such a fantastic machine. I am so blown away with it. I mean, I think pretty much everyone that's ever driven an LT Spider has come away saying quite how good they are, and it goes without question, this is one of the best cars on the road, if not the best, short of sort of hypercar territory. But that's sort of my update, I guess, for now, along with 5 things I love about the 675LT Spider. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed for plenty more supercar videos, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers!